Meet Sharon. Sharon teaches at a local high school and isn't good with all this theory stuff. Sharon is struggling with getting to that sweet spot between theory and practice. So what can Sharon do to bring social cognitive theory into the classroom? We have 3 practical suggestions. Practical suggestion number 1, treat students as unique individuals and not as blank slates. Bandura's work tells us that personal factors affect an individual's behavior and actions. Remember that triangle with personal factors, behavioral factors, and environmental factors. Personal factors include students' personality, motives, self-efficacy, sense of agency, and cognition. Students with low self-efficacy or sense of agency may need more encouragement and support. And students with additional cognitive demands may need additional resources and outside help. Practical suggestion number 2, create an environment that is conducive to learning and student success. While we don't have dominion over a student's cognition or behavior, we do have control over our classroom. This is your kingdom, Sharon. Social cognitive theorists place important emphasis on how our environment influences our behavior. They also place great emphasis on modeling, which brings us to suggestion number 3. Model appropriate behavior through action, punishment, and reward. In 1961, Bandura conducted his famous Bobo doll experiment, which looked into how behavior may be acquired through observation and imitation. The test involved modeling aggressive behavior toward a Bobo doll in front of young children. The experiment found that the children who observed the aggressive behavior were more likely to emulate similar aggression toward the Bobo doll. To encourage good behavior among her students, Sharon should always model appropriate behavior through her own language and actions, reward appropriate student behavior, and punish inappropriate student behavior. Great question, Sharon. While there are lots of ways to reward and punish behavior, there's one very important thing to keep in mind. Appropriate behavior should always be made explicit and continually modeled to students, and inappropriate behavior should be reprimanded right away, as doing nothing may be seen as approval. That's right, Sharon. Since social cognitive theory is essentially the study of how people learn to behave, it can sometimes seem obvious. That's not to say it's easy, though. Bringing theory into the classroom can be tough for teachers, even for you, Sharon. With that in mind, we hope these practical suggestions can serve as a starting point for using social cognitive theory in your classroom.
Created using Powtoon.